So I will have pictures on some social media later. It's actually impossible for me to show it right now, but I got to give a big shout out to Steak Fox for providing this venue, for setting it up, getting all the equipment and whatnot for it. I'm using my computer, all my stuff, and I finally, yay, Burrito, we got locals. I finally get to use your overlay, girl. This is my first time using your overlay for an actual in-person local. Yeah, we shouldn't die. We shouldn't die. I think we'll be okay. But we will see. This leads me to a topic point, actually, that I wanted to discuss of why I'm running this particular local. The reason for this one is that there's a few things. First off is like location. This comes down to both the venue itself. It's very spacious. There's like tons of sanitized tool in place. Like I got Clorox wipes all the way around me. Steak Fox has been just like he's bathing in sanitizer as it is going through and disinfecting everything. So he's fantastic for that. Big shout outs to him for doing this and building a Matcherino page for us as well. That means a lot to me. There's also and we got a huge space. We're going to limit the number of people that we have here. We have all head-to-head setups. Yeah, we got Spyro in the background. Exactly, girl. Along with that, we are also going to be using um, any kind of tool that we have. But what I actually wanted to say, I remembered it. I went off the wrong tangent. But Colorado is one of the states where coronavirus numbers haven't been spiking as hard as some other states as well. Overall, Colorado has done a pretty okay job. I won't say great, but an okay job at getting people to stay home, about promoting quarantine things, about practicing safe hygiene stuff. I work in the restaurant business, and I mean, we're still at limited capacity in all kinds of ways, and Colorado's been very active about that one. Whereas states like Arizona, to shout out at them, they have not. They've been having a very awful spike as of late, and I mean, you can kind of look at how some of the more vocal people are about that one. You can kind of see why. Although I know that the Arizona FGC is probably very much in support of all that. So no, it's all the non-FGC Arizona guys that are to blame for anything like that. But also, Colorado has a lot of suburban areas where people are a lot more spread out. It's not like Denver, while it is a big city, it's not as like heavily infested. Oh, that's a horrible way of putting it. Hold up. It's not as populous as New York, Chicago, California, huge urban areas like that. So because of that, I feel a lot more like we're able to take advantage of this opportunity to actually try and run a local like this and see what happens. Um, yeah, and Texas is spiking as well. So because Colorado has lower numbers at the moment, they haven't really spiked just yet. Is one reason why I felt comfortable doing this, because we're a more spread out kind of area as well, is another reason for it, and we're still taking all the precautions we have. So this is a lot of the reasons why. If I lived in California, if I lived in New York and I was a TO out there, I would not be doing this. I would not be doing this at all. That's big reason why, that I think that because of our location and because of how the numbers are turning out so far for us, we're able to try this out and see where it goes. And even then, to a limited capacity where we're not getting all FGCs together, and that brings up a whole bundle of people. So we will have to see. My House of Dragon Ball is not going to resume for a while just because I can't make it spacious. It crams in a lot of people in one tiny area. That's not ideal. That would put everybody at a greater risk. I'm not going to do that. Along with that too, I want everyone to understand that this is not going to be a recurring weekly local. This is our first step in an experiment. And following this week, I will wait until at least 2 weeks. So after 1 week, I'm going to check on everybody's health, see if anyone who attended this event got sick or anything like that. And if everyone's good, then I'll feel comfortable putting the next one together, giving that 2 week time period in between each event to then make sure that we're not exposing ourselves to each other. Because the fact of the matter is, like, I still work in the restaurant business. I still get exposed potentially to people who could be carrying the virus. Although another thing that has come out recently is the WHO organization has stated that the coronavirus actually does not spread while you're asymptomatic. I don't know how that has panned out. Don't know how accurate that is, because our understanding of this virus and everything has changed on a weekly basis. Yeah, that's the truth of the matter is. So I want to take it as safe as I can, and even just because, like, oh well, I don't feel sick. No, you could be a carrier for it. There's still the 2 week incubation period. Hence why I want to wait until at least 2 weeks. Give us this time to see if anyone does fall sick with it. The last thing I want to say is the last thing I want to say too about this whole situation is that if anyone thinking about participating is either in a high risk group for contracting COVID-19 and being hospitalized, you're putting your life in a risk that a lot of other people don't have the same risk for. if you're living with or close to or seeing or working with someone who is in a high risk group as well that um, you're worried about exposing, I advise you all, please do not come out to these events while we run them. Um, that's the biggest line right here. One person I can think of in this moment is David Bucock. Wonderful guy. Miss him a lot. Can't wait to see him. Hopefully, we can see each other at Akihabara soon in a merch pickup. But he is going to be visiting grandparents, and as most of us probably know, the elderly are in one of the high risk groups for having a lethal case of this disease. So, because he's going to visit them, he does not want to expose himself or risk that before he goes and sees them. It's that kind of forethought that I want everyone to practice before they think about going out to either this local or any locals that start coming up across the country as things reopen. That's just something I really want to stress. Hey, thank you, Justin Outlaw. Good to see you, my friend. Very awesome. I saw the Korean barbecue on your Twitter. I'm jelly right now. I'm jelly right now, but I appreciate that support, my friend. But that's one thing I would definitely want to consider is that those of us who are out here feel like we are able to be safe enough to do this, that we're practicing enough guidelines to make sure that we don't spread this thing if any one of us does have it, and that if we do contract it, we're not going to put anyone at risk who would truly suffer from this. So that's what I really want to stress about why that this whole event has come together. So those are all my reasons for doing this one. I just want to lay that out flat for everybody so that you're all aware of it. With all the talk and all the gesturing out of the way, holy shit, my friends, I can finally say it is time to run a fucking local. I'm CD Mangaka. It is beautiful to be here, and I am excited to get you all guys caught up on this action and to see what season 3 looks like. Hey, Flare G, good to see you, my friend. We are running a local